These guys are used to getting a sight lap, and I think we're getting ready to drop the gate. Here we go.
Bam, it's down. We are rolling. We're back to racing. Splish splash. Let's do it.
There is the number 27 from the far inside. Let's see.
And look at number 1, baby, GNCC.
Shocked.
Sorry, Megawatt. I had to throw a stab at you. We're ready now. We're ready now. Man, that is going to be a long race.
Wow. This is absolutely treacherous. Enjoy the look of brands and gear while you can, because things are about to get very similar. So just behind the number 27, that is the 41 of Caleb Wood, one of those GNCC riders we were mentioning. Trying to see who exactly that is out front. It was a KTM fender, but
62? Was that a 62?
Possibly the number 60.
Kevin DePino.
Maybe it'd be
Kevin DePino.
Kevin DePino, okay, out front leading the way. It's 52. The 52. All right, yeah. So Kevin, another one of those top 10 riders. He had a 6th in Moto 1 and a 10th in Moto 2. He's leading the way right now in the mud. Taking a look at that. Both feet off the pegs, already tiptoeing this thing through as they make their way into Storyland for the first time. And look at
There's some stories to be told in that land.
Oh, that's a scary story. Vincent Way, that is the championship right there. He's leading the way in the championship at the moment. Kevin DePino getting the whole shot. And so we're taking a look out of the windows, trying to see exactly. It did look like he was able to get back up and running.
But Stu, that goes back to now his grips are totaled.
Absolutely.
Okay, now the mental game's starting to suffer just a bit. The pressure's on. Now all of a sudden we may have a bench shifter, that type of thing. Just so many things come into play.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's funny that you brought up the counter shaft. I actually, at the GNCC here years ago, busted the counter shaft in that exact corner while we were racing during a mudder. I think 2010. And it looks like we have a new race winner, and look who that is. I think you can call this race. I think you might know this guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, a familiar face here. The GNCC boys representing out front. Caleb Wood getting the job done. He's got some sweet graphics under that mud, rocking the Def Leppard look, and pour some sugar on him. He is out front right now, getting away from him, feeling good. And like we said, confidence is key out here in this type of conditions, Mega.
Hey, gang, we had a family that lost their riding gear. They put it outside. The sanitation department picked it up by mistake. It was in a garbage bag. That gear has been found. That gear is now at registration. So if you lost a whole bag of riding gear, you've been looking for that for a day or so, it is over at the MX Sports registration. You'll be able to claim that.
Hey, copy that. We always love being able to say when we found something. We always announce when something's lost, but finding something, get some good news there.
Yeah, I love delivering the good news, Zach, for sure.
And look at this. Caleb Wood, you see he's got the extra large hand grips on, trying to deflect the mud. And this is exciting stuff. Caleb Wood running a 2:29 on that last lap. Kevin DePino sitting in second with Kane Bolasina rounding out your top 3. Vincent Way was able to pick the bike back up in 4th with Jace Wolf rounding out the top 5 at the moment.
And Stu, these guys get it. Nobody playing follow the leader right now. No. You're giving fair room to everybody. You're riding 3 or 4 lines over. You saw DePino and Wood right there. All they're extremely close. Those guys were riding totally different lines. Want to stay out of that mistake zone, as I like to call it.
Yeah, definitely. And but right when the rain started, well, little backstory with Caleb, he was waiting on the rain. Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
He saw the guys.
Literally, a lot of guys were.
He rolled up to the line and he was kind of bummed. He's like, man, I thought it was going to be raining by now. And then obviously the bottom dropped out, and you could see through the helmet, face lights up. He's ready. First thing I said, outside.
That's the backside to this rain. For every kid that said, oh, no, there was another kid that said, yeah, let it rain. So,
with
for sure.
Especially the youth racing GNCC
no
this
doubt.
year, man, those guys have had the absolute worst of conditions every single time. So he's probably a better mud rider than I am at this point.
Oh, shoot. And on top of that, these guys are used to going 90 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I think for him, the trouble that he's had the rest of this week is it's like lap 5, he dropped 6 seconds. And he's usually, lap 5 for him here is lap 1, not even lap 1.
That's right.
He's just
That's
warming
exactly
up.
right. You better believe it.
Yeah, so the outsides here, you're going to play a favor hitting the outsides because the way they have to drain the track. So with Caleb, believe it or not, that guy can run a dozer probably better than Kevin Winham. I know you guys have been, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. This kid eats, sleeps, and breathes. Oh, no.
Problems.
That's
Wood. He's stuck under the motorcycle. He's able to get the bike pushed off. I think he's trying to get back up.
And there you see it. Now we're starting to see the bikes collect around here and there, Stu. That looked like Eli Tomac at the National down here in the Bermuda Triangle.
The track
sent
is
that thing to the bottom and just left it.
Yeah, yeah, he was buried under that thing. But yeah, I mean, this track is going to get. This isn't going to be the worst of it.
Oh, no.
As the runs get deeper, the water finds the lines, it gets deeper and deeper, and it is absolutely going to get worse lap by lap.
And Stu, I would rather ride the soup all day than the thick, tacky, sticky stuff. This thing's going to get rutted out, whooped out, nasty, and as it starts to dry out, it's going to get thick and heavy. It's just going to suck you right under.
Most definitely.
Now your leaders making their way through the finish line. Kevin DePino takes over the number 1 spot. Caleb Wood able to jump back into second place. Vincent Way has worked his way back up into the podium contention. There on screen you see the number 52 make his way through the commandments. Got a good flow, able to jump through those things, looking smooth.
I was just looking where he was actually from. I see South Carolina. We've had a lot of bad weather, so
yep.
no doubt DePino knows exactly these conditions. We've had a lot of rain in the southeast this year, and man, I'm sure with him, he's probably living at a facility, and at the facilities we don't stop.
Absolutely.
You got mud, go ride.
Yeah, Kevin hanging out over there at South of the Border MX in Hammer, South Carolina, and looks like
Caleb down again.
Caleb Wood having some more bad luck, unfortunately, just outside. And
whoa!
Wow. Bike getting away
How
from
about
him there.
that?
Throttle stuck.
And yet mud stuck in between that grip and the housing, correct, Stu? I guarantee that's what happened there.
Yeah, definitely. It's man, the stuff is getting deep out here. But how about DePino, man? He is absolutely checking out right now. This kid is on rails.
We talked about the benefit of not having to have anybody immediately around you, staying clean, staying light, and DePino making the most of it at the moment.
And I've watched these kids everywhere. I love their program. The DePinos, KK and Kevin both. I've seen them South Carolina State Championships, Minios, just all over the place. And they just got that solid programs, too. They don't do anything really special. They don't do anything out of the ordinary, but they do everything well, and they focus on it.
And that's something you have to do here. You don't want to come in and do too much. You want to be you want this to be a comfortable race. You want it to be a comfortable atmosphere, no different than any other race. And that's kind of what I've been trying to tell my guys. Like, man, it's you have to almost think it's just Loretta's. Even though it is Loretta's, you have to come here and think it's just Loretta's.
Don't overthink it.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Taking a look back on screen, 2 riders locked into about. Look at that, absolutely plunging into those ruts. And you go into those things with standing water, you don't know where the bottom of the rut's at. You don't know exactly how deep that thing is. We've seen some riders, they get caught up in it, all the weight gets thrown to the front.
And once those grips are wet and muddy, you hit something like that soft spot pocket, it's going to throw you right to the front of the bike. Hands are going to come off. That's where the problems come in. So it's one of those, it's that condition where you have to check up just a little bit. When you see that water, just a little check up. Try to get the front end light just in case. And man, I see, like for a GNCC, for a mud race, one of the big things that I always do, and a lot of moto kids don't have them, is a big bump in a seat. Because when that seat is absolutely covered in mud, your hands are covered in mud, the only thing you can rely on is a monster seat bump to keep you on the seat.
The hump.
Yeah, the hump. You see, you know Lane Michaels.
For sure.
You've seen his. His is
absolutely
like a full bar pad, maybe a bar pad and a half. Keeps you on the seat.
I think when he was a kid, on like one of his 65s or something, we literally used a sponge. We took the seat cover off and we made it with a sponge. We stuck an old sock in there. We did whatever was necessary. But he was a small guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't heavy, he wasn't big, so it made a big difference keeping him forward, no question.
Hey guys, taking a look at the timing here. Vincent Way now up to the second place spot, running a 2:35. That's about 2 seconds faster than Kevin DePino. So the number 27, he's starting to figure things out as well, as we see Caleb Wood, heart of a lion here, not giving up once again. Able to keep it on 2 wheels, but you get into these long ruts, the balance gets thrown to the outside. It's a war zone out there right now.
And you see how easy it is to just get a momentary stop.
Yeah.
You came in there with full momentum, then you got stuck for 1 second, and then you're back on the gas. We already see, I believe, Way's got his goggles off. It's just survival right now. We talk about surviving 3 motos, but Stu, this adds a whole new dimension to it.
Man, it's actually kind of cool. I think we're going to see some wild results for overalls, especially in some of these amateur classes, like the younger amateurs. You're going to see kids that maybe had a 16, 11, 1, and a DNF for the guy that should have won it.
And
Obviously,
this is
give him
bragging
last
rights.
number.
This is bragging rights, too. This is ego, okay? When you leave out of here in the third moto, like you said, you got a 16, you got an 11, and this and that. You come out of here with a top 5 in the mud, dude. That's bragging rights.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and you see the high lines, like running that outside. A lot of kids are putting themselves down at the bottom of the track. You can't carry the momentum, which means a lot more wheel spin. So when you got that wheel spin coming out of every single corner, man, it just digs that hole deeper and deeper. So avoiding the insides is going to be the trick today. Definitely in the sand corners especially. You saw the middle, the inside over here behind us is so wet. That's where all the waters run to, the top edges. But don't flirt with that dirt that they've pushed off the outside.
You better believe it, because a lot of that stuff is soupy and thick. You get out there, you start riding that clutch, you get on the back of the bike, and next thing you know, you're underneath of it.
Man,
Megawatt,
this kid, wow.
Absolutely, yeah. We got the white flag flying. 1 lap left to go for your leader. Kevin DePino leading the way right now, picking his way through lap traffic, and still got that clean number plate. He is really rolling. Let me pull up the lap time here for this last lap. This guy was absolutely flying. Somebody's got to tell him it's muddy out there. Running a 2:38 on that last lap, but Vincent Way running a 2:35. So be on the lookout, see if you see that white front fender.
Again, DePino not doing anything extraordinary. Feet on the pegs most of the time, centered over the bikes too, and he's kind of making it look easy.
DePino goes off the side of the 10 Commandments.
There it is. As soon as I say it, there it is. You know.
Wow, it just goes to show.
But how quick did he recover? You
Absolutely.
know, so that just tells us, you know, they're focused, they're doing what they need to do. But it's easy to see, as Stu said, the guys that came to the line prepared and the guys that didn't.
Yeah, definitely. I think he saw the rain falling. No different than my GNCC kids right now, saying, "All right, I got this." He's obviously a bigger kid on that 85. He knows his strength's going to come into play, and he's riding. Man, he is absolutely shredded. I want to take this kid to a GNCC.
Right on.
Absolutely.
I love it.
You bring up the size. Do you feel like being a taller rider is somewhat beneficial in these conditions?
Most definitely, just being strong, and I mean, none of these ruts are straight. They've got hooks. They've got a lot of problematic areas, and being a smaller guy, you kind of go where the bike goes. A bigger guy, you can kind of muscle through, make the bike do what you want to do. And I don't think this kid's went down yet.
So did you just officially invite the DePinos to snowshoe next year?
Come on.
Is that what happened?
I'll put you under the tent.
I love
Let's
it,
go.
man. Fantastic. I love it.
One rider going down hard here in the Thor Sand Sweeper just outside the tower. We're watching the 52 picking his way through the Rocky Mountain Sand section for the final time. You can see that KTM starting to feel it as well, as he is just trying to nurse this thing home. It's a balance out there. You want to push, you want to go as fast as you can, but still you got to make sure the bike's going to make it all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, it's actually the bikes are going to be able to make it to the finish line a lot easier right now with the water, because it's blowing off the radiator, just cooling down the engine. As the water goes away and the ruts get deep and the engines get packed up, we're going to see a lot of bikes getting towed back.
Again, we're going to see chain guides, counter shaft sprockets. We're going to see radiators. Then it's going to get thick and sticky. When the moisture goes away, now you've got molding clay.
Here we go, guys.
Packed in
Final
there.
corner. Here comes your leader. Throw the mud at him. He doesn't care. Still getting the job done. Kevin DePino going to grab the checkered flag on the final lap. And taking a look, that might be Vincent Way there. This might be the champion.
Telling you, Stu, you got my curiosity up now. I want to see DePino in the mountain too.
Hey, he's from South Carolina.
For sure.
Come on, let's go. Any of the races. Georgia this year would have been great for him.
So it looks like Vincent Way, I believe, should wrap up the title. He was coming in with a 1-2, and I think a 1-2-2 will do it out there. Going to try to get the official word. It looks like with that kind of smile, that looks like I got the title. Look at that, just tossing the bike up. He's like, yeah, I'm tired, but that's when you know you're in shape. You can still put the bike on the stand after the race.
That's a combination smile. Thrilled for the championship, thrilled it's over.
Yes.
I guarantee you that's a double.
Yeah, there's a certain sigh of relief after being able to say you put through this, and a certain level of pride these guys are going to have. Look at one rider trying to fire the bike up, coming out of that final corner. Looks like they are going to be able to get it up and running. But this thing is a fight all the way through the checkered flag. And sounds like Jason Wygand is down on the podium trying to get everybody wrangled up here. And we're going to talk to your top three and crown a champion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're ready. Well, all Moto wins at Loretta's are memorable, but this one might even be more so because of the conditions. Oh, yeah, the rain jacket on the whole time. Well done. And you know, when you're racing and stuff like this, you want to get that whole shot, and that's exactly what Kevin did. Stasic Whole Shot Award. gold medal, Kevin DePino. Dude, how long were you sitting out there in the rain before this moto?
It's been like an hour, man. I'm just happy to be up here again.
How gnarly was it out there?
I love mud, so this is literally used to me.
Oh, awesome. All right, who do you want to thank? This is so cool to get up here.
My mom, my dad, my brother, God for keeping me safe. Monster Army, 100%, Traction MX, SOB, KTM in Brazil, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear Kevin DePino with the gold and your Stasic Whole Shot Award in Mini Senior. If you can help him, we got to bring the bike off. We're going to bring the championship machine on up. And if third place also wants to visit us on the podium, that would be Caleb Wood, our third place finisher in Mini Senior. So I'm looking for third and also for our second place finisher with the bike. And that's a hard stopping moment. I saw at least one fall from Vincent Way in that moto, and he was able to pick it up and quickly refire the bike. Let's bring up third place. And if you want to bring the number 27 machine, here it comes. Third, let's talk to our third place rider while we bring the bike up. Let's say for Caleb Wood. Good luck with that bike. Woo, you made it happen. Hey, Caleb, tell me about your moto there. It had to be gnarly.
Yeah, I think I was like second off the start, passed her first, and you know, I decided sand tasted pretty good, so went in over in the sand, and then kept pushing, and bike shut off over there. I ripped my my tape off my airbox and my vent hose, and then, you know, decided I really like taste of dirt, so ate in the commandments as well. So yeah, just pushed as hard as I could and came out third.
Quite an adventure. Wow. Who do you want to thank, Caleb?
Oh yeah, God keep me safe. My mom, my dad, the Shoals MX, Stuart Baylor, Cody Groves, Joey Crown. You know, we've been working our butts off all month, and just Shoei helmets, KTM, LS2, Focus X gear. You know, I'm drawing a blank. Everybody else I forgot. Thank you.
Caleb Wood on the podium in Mini Senior. Awesome. Thank you, Caleb. And now we hand out a silver medal, which is going to unlock a national championship in the mud. It was high drama. He got it done. Let's welcome Mike Burkeen from the American Motorcyclists Association to hand over the number 1 plate in Mini Senior 2. Our champion is Vincent Way. We'll talk to Vincent here real quick, and then we'll get to this next moto.
Well, guys, I got it.
It's always tough in a third moto at Loretta's, but dude, you probably sat there for an hour in the rain, and then I saw you went down in Storyland. It had to be pretty nerve-wracking in these conditions.
Honestly, dude, I thought it was going to be a lot drier. That was insane.
Yeah, was that maybe the worst mud race you've ever done?
By miles.
Did you go down back there real quick?
Yeah, first lap I went down in Storyland, hit a massive rut that didn't look that deep, and then basically it was underwater, and then tipped over.
You had to be thinking, oh, what if the bike doesn't start?
Nah, I wasn't stressing it.
All right, that's how you do it. How good does this feel to get this done?
It feels awesome. I can't thank my family enough. Everybody coming out to watch me. My Husqvarna, FMF, Monster Army, Alpine Stars, Answer, Bell Helmets, Arma, Pro Taper, Daniel, Maddie, everybody, thank you so much.
There it is, our champion, Vincent Way. Take it away, boys.
All right, thanks, Jim.